Okay, so I have this Janome MC6500. This is the bottom portion of the machine. What I'm concerned about on this machine is the feed lifting cam. So this is the lower shaft. As the hand wheel turns, the timing belt is on the end here, and it turns the shaft. And it does a number of things. It goes through a bushing, goes through, this controls where the needle stops and such. Goes through another support bushing. It goes through a stitch length cam, which regulates, well, we don't have to concern ourselves with these two cams. These are stitch length and feeding cams. But this is the hook driving gear that turns the hook, and this is the feed lifting cam, which we're going to talk about here in a second. And then this is the other bushing and the thread cutter cam. So all these are going at the same time. Now this cam here is really important. This is what lifts the cam for the feed dog up and down. And it's made of plastic because there's really no other way around it. You can't make it out of metal. It would wear. It's just kind of hard to explain, but plastic, this kind of plastic is the best choice. They've been using these for like 30 years or something, and these machines are longer. So there are two portions to the cam. There's the right side and the left side, and they it's how the feed dog is centered and leveled in the needle plate. So if I flip her over here and take, pardon my photography, I'm a sewing machine person. I am not a photographer or a videographer, and I don't have a professional channel for that. So I'm going to zoom in. So what happens is when the needle goes down and when the needle rises out of the fabric, those feed dogs, these feed teeth right here that are coming up from the plate, they're going to lift the material up. Of course, there's a presser foot sitting on top. It's going to go all the way up, it's going to go back, and then it's going to drop down again. Now, Janome uses what's called a block feed system, where it pretty much, the feed dogs want to lift up, go back, and then drop down. So it's kind of a block, kind of a square. Well, this machine here is not really doing the best motion. So it's going down, comes up, goes back, and then it starts going down too early. So you're really not getting the full feeding of the material. And the feeding is very important for the stitch formation so that the stitch will look really good. It's supposed to actually move back a little bit further than it is. And the reason for that is because of this stitch, the feed lifting cam. I'm going to flip it over again. And this cam is what's called an eccentric. And what an eccentric does is, pardon my terrible photography here. This is a new cam, and this is a new shaft, which is what I would have to replace in order to change this cam out, because it's not worth it. It's hard to explain, but basically once this shaft is extracted in order to get this cam off, it does a lot of damage to the shaft and the bushings, and so I always replace the shaft and this right side bushing, and also the supporter bushing. So anyway, back to this cam here. As the machine turns, as the shaft turns like this, you'll see on this side here that there are different levels of this cam. In fact, there are 4 distinct levels here. Let me get a pointer. So you see that this is flat here. and then it rises up here. Don't concern yourself with this. Then it's flat here and rises here. But as this turns, as I turn this cam, they all level out to flat. This one's a little bit higher and this one's a little bit lower in relation to each other. But then as it rotates, it lifts the feed dog up on the inside here and the outside here. Actually, I've got this on backward. It should actually go this way. So this side over here is going to lift the feed dog up a very specific amount, and this side over here is also going to lift. So these two are lifting the feed dog up very specifically. And because there's a metal plate that's resting on here, it's pushed down by a spring or pulled down by a spring, there's constant contact of this metal piece on here. And after millions of stitches, this plastic here begins to wear. And when it wears, it doesn't lift the feed dogs up enough, and it doesn't it starts to wear, and so it will drop down wrong in relation to feed timing. So if we look now at this cam, pardon my photography here is terrible. You can see on this cam right here that it's worn. There's a little lip right there where it should be a little bit higher. And the same goes with this one over here. Now we're going to take a look at this as it comes around. You can see that over here there's quite a bit more material, more plastic than there is on this side of the cam. Whoops, I can't see what I'm doing here. Right here, it's very worn right here. So the thing is not lifting as high as it needs to go. It's super worn. So as this machine turns, on the left side, it's really worn out. You can see that this on the bottom should be the same all the way across, and it's much more worn here on this side. And on this side, it's it's pretty much the same. This side over here should look like this one. Like if I go over here to our cam, our new cam, on the bottom, it should be the same over here, whoops, over here, and over here. And on the top, it's really worn. So I'm trying to show you this as closely as I can, but the bottom line is this cam is worn out. It's not lifting properly. And this is the piece that's spring loaded. Let me get my pointer here. This piece is spring loaded here, so you can see that they're pushing up against this cam, and that's what's causing it to wear out. So in order to fix this, what I have to do is I have to take everything that's associated on this shaft apart, take everything out, take the side covers and everything off, remove the timing belt, and extract the shaft, which is usually kind of a difficult situation because you've got set screws that are making big divots in the metal, and they have to be taken apart very carefully and get that the whole shaft out of there. And then I could put a brand new shaft in, put a brand new feed lifting cam in there, and then make all the adjustments that are associated with this in terms of starting with the thread cutter, there's the position of the cam, the hook timing, all these things have to be reset. And it's a big job, but it will be perfect when we get it done. But until then, the stitching is going to look pretty terrible. So that's pretty much the lowdown on the Janome 6500 feed lifting cam.